I'm blessed to be born in this family and called Manoj Kumar's brother. There was a shot where Parveen Babi has to raise her hand on the wall and say, Kranti Zindabad. She gave 66 retakes. रात के 2 बज गए थे. राजेश खन्ना को साइन किया था, सेट लग गया था उपकार का राजकमल स्टूडियोज में, और मनोज साहब एंड राजेश खन्ना साहब were very good friends. He was so much inspired by Dilip Saab that he came to Bombay to become an actor, and he kept his name Manoj because Dilip Saab's one name was Manoj in that film.
He was very close to Dharamji.
Yeah, very close. They used to struggle together in Ranjit Studios. I think one day Dharamji has said कि भाई मेरे को तो काम नहीं मिला. They used to also think that maybe we leave and go back to our village.
मनीष गोस्वामी साहब, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद विकी लालवानी शो पर जुड़ने के लिए.
शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत.
Very sorry to actually be bothering you for this conversation, and you being the late Manoj Kumar's brother, this late word I want to insist is just a tag now, but he will always be with us. It's very difficult to even imagine that he's no more, but actually he is still with us. You can sense it, you can feel it. The quantity of work, the quality of work is so immense and so clean and nice that I don't know how to actually go further on this. I think you will be the right person to tell us your earliest memories about him. And I have a very interesting picture actually with me to start with. I think you were about 10 or 11 years old, and this was your birthday.
This was my birthday, yes, and we celebrated my birthday in his bungalow in Juhu. So this is the birthday of mine being celebrated at his house and bungalow in Juhu, in our house in Juhu. This was year 1973-74. You know, we've always been a very close-knit, low-profile, joint family. For Manoj ji, his values, his family always were on priority. It has been such a coincidence, you can say, that I was born in 1961, October, and he got married in 1961, December. I was just 1.5 months old when he got married. His journey has been immense, as we all know. In last 4 days, you have seen the love people have given him in everywhere, from media to print to electronic to politicians speaking to the Honorable Prime Minister tweeting about him. I can only say one thing, that I am blessed to be born in this family and called Manoj Kumar's brother. I think that itself makes 50% things easier for us to meet people, to talk to people, to introduce ourselves. It's a big brand name which is associated with us.
What exactly happened that night? The 3 days back when he passed away. It happened at 3:30, if
Yes.
I'm not wrong. And
No, he was suffering, He was suffering since 3-4 weeks. He was in Kokila Ben for, of course, old age related issues. And on the night of, I think it was 4th of April, Thursday night, and around 3:30, the doctors had to inform the family. And then, of course, I got a call, and I was there at the hospital by around 6 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I got a call, and I was there in the hospital by 6. And of course, all the family people had to be informed, and that process was there. And we have a close-knit but spread out family, mostly in Punjab and in Delhi. So they all came, and Manoj ji deserved a state honor, and the government was very kind enough to give him a state honor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he is one of the filmmakers who 100% deserved that state honor. And so that one day was in that process of how to do it and all that. And then Saturday was the funeral. But We have all seen the love which has been poured in from all sectors of life. People who have not contacted me for maybe 5 years, 15 years, I get messages from them saying the love that they have for him and his films. See, he is the one person who has put the seed of patriotism. What is our country? What is our values? That is done by Manoj Kumar Saab. I think, to be very honest, if you see from film Shaheed, he started this. And of course, rest, we all know what his contribution is, from Padam Shri to Dada Saheb Phalke Awards.
What I personally like is the fact that he's just putting it in a very lyrical way, a poetic way, a musical way, in a very soft way. He's saying everything, but he's not saying anything loud, anything
No, he has
aggressive.
never raised any slogans. He has passed on in every film there is a message. There is no need to raise a slogan. He has never teach the audience.
Hmm.
Audience is very intelligent.
Hmm.
Don't teach them.
Hmm.
Just entertain them and give them a subtle message. That is what he has done in all his films.
आजकल तो उल्टा हो रहा है.
आजकल तो क्या है, कॉमर्स पैशन को ऊपर टेक ओवर कर दिया. इन्होंने तो, ये ऐसे फिल्म मेकर्स थे जो इन्होंने अपना एसेट्स बेच के फिल्में बनाई है. आजकल आप कभी सुनेंगे भी नहीं ऐसे फिल्मों में. तभी देवर नो कॉर्पोरेट्स इन 70s and 60s. They used to do all self-funding. So that passion is gradually dying. And commerce is taking over the passion now.
So you are saying if you're funded by others, you have to make what others want.
Yes, it's market-driven. It's completely market-driven. Today, businesses become for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Monday, if your film, no one goes, your story is over.
बट वो जो जिस तरह से बोलते थे और जिस तरह से गाने थे, आप रोटी कपड़ा और मकान के गाने ले लो, पूरब और पश्चिम के गाने ले लो, शोर के गाने ले लो.
पूरब पश्चिम का देखो, जब कोई तुम्हारा हृदय तोड़ दे, there is no music in that, only one instrument is there in that. You hear that song, there is only one instrument in that song. कोई जब तुम्हारा हृदय तोड़ दे,
तो वो दिल को छूता है.
Absolutely, you are not adding, your content is very strong. You don't need to add flavors. I know my job, I know what I'm saying. I don't need help from other factors. Being a producer, there has been a responsibility of being a producer, director, writing stories, screenplay, dialogues, editing, lyrics, and then going and acting.
Which was that film जिसकी सक्सेस से सबसे ज़्यादा वो खुश हुए. Almost every film succeeded, but
See, I was too young that time, but I think Roti Kapda Aur Makaan gave him a lot of pride and lot of happiness and success, because the topic was also very current that time, and I think it was been a blockbuster, and also it was a super duper star cast. Amitabh Bachchan Saab, Shashi Kapoor Saab, himself, Manoj Saab, Zeenat Aman, Mosmi. And every character, the story from where Mosmi came and how people change with money comes in life. That was Zeenat Aman's character, and how she realizes and comes back. So I somewhere feel that film was very, very well made. Music was amazing, and the star cast was great, and it was patriotic, come entertaining, come romance, come everything in that.
any film of his you remember where he was disappointed because it didn't run as per his expectations?
No. Never has he any time. He has always mentioned that I take responsibility of the film I make. If it's a good film, I will take the entire responsibility. If it's a bad film, I take the responsibility. At the same time, nobody can ever say that Mr. Manoj Kumar has taken this scene from this English film or this scene from this
It's coming from here.
It's coming from here. I take the onus of that. That was his gut feeling, conviction. And believe me, there were no bound scripts that time. We used to go, he used to take us to shootings. Rajkamal studio used to be his favorite studio, RK Studios. He used to be blank in the car. He used to reach on the sets. He used to look at the sets, and then he used to put a chair aside and start writing in Urdu. He could not read Hindi. He used to write Urdu. And then there used to be a gentleman who used to translate from Urdu to English, Hindi, and then that copy used to go to all actors over there.
And the actors used to be there, right
In
there.
the makeup room.
Waiting.
And Manoj ji will see, nowadays they all go in their bound script and or it's been given. Manoj Saab used to go on the set and write. It was here in his mind what the scene is. But the dialogues and everything, because maybe he was wanting to look at the set and visualize.
घर पे नहीं लिखते थे.
नहीं. घर पे स्टोरी लिख देते थे. आप समझे, स्क्रीन प्ले लिख देंगे, सब कुछ वो सब करेंगे, लेकिन डायलॉग जो मैं करने वाला हूँ वो सेट पे ही लिखते थे. And this needs some quality of a genius. And there has been times when he's gone on the set and looked at the set and he has not liked the set and he's cancelled the shooting.
Oh.
Yes. So many
Which one
times.
was it?
So many films. Kranti, Roti Kapda Aur Makaan. समझो shooting कल है.
हाँ.
आज सेट पे जाते हैं ना, डायरेक्टर गोज एंड हैव अ लुक ना, एंड इफ ही सेज कि भाई ये मुझे चेंज चाहिए, ये चाहिए,
ठीक नहीं लग रहा है,
ठीक, तो 2 दिन के बाद शूटिंग करते हैं. ही हैज नेवर कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. रिक्वायर्ड 30 takes, 40 takes, 50 takes, required, he will do it.
You remember any scene where you were there and he took 25-30 takes?
I remember one scene in Kranti, in Jodhpur Palace, which is now Umaid Bhavan, that we shot over there. There was a shot where Parveen Babi has to raise her hand on the wall and say, Kranti Zindabad. There's a scene there, and she could not sync it the way Manoj ji wanted. She gave 66 retakes. I was there. It was रात के 2 बज गए थे. 66 retake के बाद okay हुआ और रात को 2 बजे. I was present there, that's why I remember that sequence very clearly in my mind. This was his conviction.
He was calm?
He was calm. He has never lost his temper at all. He used to only tell everybody 9 o'clock shift is there. He had 2 things to be very clear. Manoj ji, if he has put a handkerchief on his forehead, that means don't ask me when is the time of pack up. That was his sign for the unit. कि पंडित जी के सर पे, पंडित जी पीपल यूज्ड टू कॉल हिम, पंडित जी के सर पे अभी रुमाल चले गया है तो वो अभी एक लेबर है.
भले कौन सा भी एक्टर हो, और आजकल के हमारे एक्टर्स तो काफी हैं जो एग्जैक्ट डॉट पे बोलेंगे हमें जाना है, नहीं तो हमें ओवर टाइम चाहिए.
मनोज जी का एक सिंपल था, 9 बजे की शिफ्ट में आप आओ, अपनी मर्जी से जाओ, मेरी मर्जी से. आप 9 बजे की शिफ्ट में 9 बजे आ जाओ, मैं आपको आपके टाइम पे छोड़ दूंगा. आप 9 बजे की शिफ्ट पे अगर 12 बजे आओगे तो आए तो अपनी मर्जी से ना, तो जाने का राइट तो मेरा है ना आपको छोड़ने का.
लेकिन अगर 9 बजे आए तो
टाइम पे छोड़ देते,
तो फिर
काम खत्म हो गया.
तो रुमाल बांधा?
नहीं, रुमाल जो कभी कभी बांधते थे,
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
कभी कभी जो बांधते थे कि मेरे ऊपर आज काम का प्रेशर बहुत है.
कई बार एक्सटेंड होता था ना,
बहुत बार एक्सटेंड होता था.
तो वही मैं कह रहा हूँ,
जैसे क्रांति का बोला ना अभी, जोधपुर में रात को 2 बज गए थे, बट करना है तो करना है.
And Parveen Babi was also calm.
Yes. See, after Upkar, Purab Pachhim show, Roti Kapda, who will say no to Manoj Saab?
No, I understand that, but I'm going back to some of the actors which I told you. I'll still, and you know they are there. They will today take 6 o'clock exit means 6 o'clock exit.
Absolutely.
नहीं तो मेरे को पैसे चाहिए पर आवर.
वो नहीं, हमारे टाइम पे कोई एग्रीमेंट होता ही नहीं था मनोज साहब के साथ में, सब जबानी बातें होती थी. उस टाइम पे मनोज साहब क्या, बड़े बड़े फिल्म मेकर्स, इनसे भी जो साथ में बड़े फिल्म मेकर्स थे मनोज साहब के टाइम के, उन्होंने भी किसी ने एग्रीमेंट नहीं किया. ये एग्रीमेंट होने शुरू हुए लास्ट 15-20 साल से. जबान दे दी तो खत्म होगी. आपको पता है कि पहले प्रेम चोपड़ा की जगह पे राजेश खन्ना को साइन किया था मनोज साहब ने। राजेश खन्ना को साइन किया था, सेट लग गया था उपकार का राजकमल स्टूडियोज में, और मनोज साहब एंड राजेश खन्ना साहब वर वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स। एंड 2 days before the shooting, Rajesh Khanna Saab told Manoj Saab that there is a united producers forum which has been made and any actor cannot do more than this number of films. So I am unable to do your film, and the shooting was after 2 days. So I'm sorry for that, Rajesh Saab told Manoj Saab. Manoj Saab at that time, of course, was little shocked. He sat, he thought about it alone. Family people, what I get to hear from everybody, family people gave some names. Then he said he has done Shaheed with Prem Chopra and several other films. Then he called up Prem Chopra. He said, I want to meet you. Prem Chopra Saab came, met him, and said, I am being very honest with you. This was the story. And
this was given to Rajesh Khanna.
Yes. Yeah. And he cannot do it because of United Producers thing. If that is okay. He said, I'm okay. I love the work. I want to work with you. Even Rajesh Khanna Saab said, I've seen your films and I want to work with you. But unfortunately, he was genuinely, Rajesh Khanna Saab was stuck because he couldn't do it. And Prem Chopra did this. So, this is all conviction. This story, I don't think anybody knows.
Please tell us some more stories. About the great man, his great work.
No, he's a genius. He was a man of few words. He has never scolded any family member at all. No, never his sons, brothers, sisters. He's fond of children. We used to have, till he was unwell, we used to have lunches in his house, family lunches in his house. So for him, it was family.
But he had stopped seeing everyone, because I remember myself calling up Kunal and trying to reach out to him. I met him when I was working in Mumbai Mirror. That was about 15 years back. But after that,
I think last
I couldn't.
4-5 years only, his back was giving him more trouble. So maybe he could not sit down and give an interview. Apart from that, till I think 2000, pre-COVID, he was okay. He came for our nephew's wedding in 2020 in Bombay. So post that COVID, things became slow because of his back problem. And as it is, he was a very family-oriented person. He is not one of those, who's been going...
Social. Because Amir also wanted to meet him. He mentioned...
Amir mentioned, but he could not meet him. Yeah, Amir also mentioned.
Yeah, so come back to those stories. Anybody else you remember was supposed to do a role or something happened?
This is just...
anything from Kranti or Shore, working with Dilip Saab?
Dilip Saab, he kept his name Manoj because he's in Pakistan. When he was studying, maybe he saw a film where Dilip Saab's name was Manoj, and he was so much inspired by Dilip Saab that he came to Bombay to become an actor, and he kept his name Manoj because Dilip Saab's one name was Manoj in that film. So he was very close to my mother and my father. He used to tell my mother before he came to Bombay that I'll have a white house, I'll have a white car, I'll wear white kurta pajama, I'll have a white color bedroom, and I'll play sitar in that bedroom. This was his dream before he came to Bombay. And also he told me this, that I have achieved everything. So my mother asked him, सितार तूने बजाना शुरू नहीं किया, सितार रह गया तुम्हारा. बंगला बना दिया white color का, white color की. He had all what he wanted, but he said सितार रह गया.
क्या बोले?
नहीं, चुप हो गया.
Your last moments with him, you remember what he told you when you met him last, or some last conversation?
I met him in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and last, I think, first week April when I went to meet him, he hardly could speak that time, but he could understand everything very well. He was very alert, and words of him has always been. I remember one thing which he had said to me 45 years back about his father. He said when his father was in Pakistan before partition, so some friend asked his father, what do you want your son to do? He asked some friend, कि तू अपने लड़के को क्या? तो as normal college students say, I want my son to study history. So when he asked Manojji's father, what do you want your son to do? His father replied, I want my son to make history. And we all can very proudly said, even if I'm talking and I'm getting goosebumps, that Manoj Sahab has made history.
He fulfilled his father's desire.
See, there's a thin line by somebody saying reading history and making history.
I can tell you that you're so right. Just one heading I saw, I don't remember which publication has said that, but the heading is India says goodbye to Manoj Kumar.
Yes.
What can be better than that?
Yes. And also,
Manoj Kumar passes away, Manoj Kumar is no more, Manoj Kumar dies, Manoj Kumar, etc., etc. Everybody, this headline,
India says goodbye. And that song, he doesn't give speeches and big speeches, just says Bharat ka rehne wala hu, Bharat ki baat suna. You saw Modi Sahab also went there, and everybody in USA was singing this song, Bharat ka rehne wala hu, Bharat. So I think he was a visionary and he was a true patriot.
You remember that time in Om Shanti Om when this Farah Khan, he was upset with because spoof hua tha unke upar picture mein, and then he filed a case against Farah and Shah Rukh. Then he did not pursue it.
Yeah, he did not pursue. He said, I don't want any money. I want a defamation only for 1 rupee. But then I think good sense prevailed amongst everybody, and they all came and they met him, and it was all sorted out in a very nice
They apologized to him.
Yes, they apologized.
Shah Rukh and Farah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Yash Chopra Sahab played instrumental role in that.
In getting them together.
Yes.
He was there. But there was a statement by him later also कि वो जापान में जब फिल्म रिलीज हुई तो वापस वो सीन था, though they had told him that they'll delete it.
Maybe the prints must have gone over there, and maybe it must be difficult for them to do it. But they did come home and they did apologize. Even Farah and Sajid had come home 4 days back.
I saw that.
Yeah, they came home 4 days back. So things are all okay.
But you were there when this was happening and you were talking to him on the phone. Was he annoyed?
No, of course. We were all discussing
those days.
Yeah. We were all family discussing, and he was quite disturbed by all these things. But, and I think his stand was clear in his way. He knows best what he did, and we all agree, the entire nation also agreed with that. It was very nice of all of them to come and apologize, and things have been sorted out. Everything is fine, completely okay.
I'll have some more pictures, he celebrating Holi with your son.
This is my son, and he's celebrating Holi. I had called them for my Holi party at Mud Island, where my Bhabiji is there.
Yeah.
Manojji is there, and they are all enjoying my Holi party. This is in the year 1995.
Yeah.
I used to keep some Holi parties in Mud Island that time, so he used to come regularly then.
And play.
Yeah. You see.
एकदम मूड में मतलब.
Yeah.
भाग
दौड़ नहीं, कुर्सी पे बैठ के जो आ गया, गले मिलना, सबके साथ में विश करना, सबके साथ में जो होता है होली का. But
he loved festivals.
Yeah. He was.
What else did he like? I mean, what was his?
He used to play TT. He used to play badminton. Yeah, he used to walk in his garden. He was fond of walking. And he has been always. He was never a heavy eater. He used to love his ghar ka vegetarian food, and he never indulged into eating sweets and all that. But TT is one which he used to play, and also badminton he was fond of.
I used to play TT in college. I wish I had a chance to play with him.
I was lucky to play with him.
And who won?
No, of course he must have won. I don't remember, but we used to play regularly when I was 10 years or 12 years old. That was the only game that time available to be indoors.
I have another picture. I think he's on your set.
No, this picture is of my press conference of Parampara.
Okay.
1993, 6th October, I remember.
Okay.
This is the press conference where he had come. And the telecast date. That time we used to do press conferences and launch parties. So this is the launch party of that picture of that.
So he used to follow the TV serials which you made, because you made so many successful serials.
He has been always, whenever he used to see, he used to like episode. He used to call me. He has always been very pushing us, and you should do this, you should do this. He also told me, think about a film. I never had the guts to make a film, to be very honest. But he always said you should make a film. But I somehow couldn't do it.
This is a very special picture. Can you tell us what it is?
This picture is my father getting the national award from Zakir Hussain for Upkar film.
Okay.
My father is receiving the award from Zakir Hussain, national award. So these are all memories.
There was a film he also made, like Clerk, Painter Babu.
Painter Babu was directed by his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And Clerk he directed.
Yeah. But he produced Painter Babu.
He produced.
Yeah. So why do you think those movies didn't do well?
I think maybe he was not there in that Painter Babu. Maybe the reason, or maybe that
गाने तो बहुत अच्छे थे.
गाने बहुत अच्छे थे. दुनिया में सिकंदर कोई नहीं, वक्त सिकंदर होता है. Script story was good, but maybe that people want to see that Manoj Kumar touch in that. Maybe that was
missing.
Maybe. Yeah.
And in Clerk,
I am no one to comment on that, but I don't know. Music was superb in that. Star cast was superb in that. There was Pakistani stars, Muhammad Ali and Zeba in that. And there was Rekha ji were there, and Shashi Kapoor Saab were there. But I don't know the reason why it didn't do well.
He was very close to Dharamji.
Yeah, very close. They used to struggle together in Ranjit Studios and all. And I think one day Manoj ji and Dharamji decided, Dharamji has said कि भाई मेरे को तो काम नहीं मिला. They used to also think that maybe we leave and go back to our village, and then I think they used to also exchange clothes.
Yeah.
Kapde kabhi Dharamji used to take from him, and those were all great days. That this is what Dharamji was saying when he came home for the prayer to give condolence 5 days back.
Okay.
So very nice of him to come home and say all these things, because he used to call him Hari. Dharamji never called him Manoj, because Manojji's real name is Hari Krishna Goswami. So Manojji, even when he came, Hari tu chale gaya mere ko chhod ke. This is what he said when he came home.
I think even Prem Chopra, Pran, they were so close to him. Kamini Kaushal, he had these particular people.
Mother will play, Kamini Kaushal will play Mother, Prem Chopra, of course, then in Purab Pachhim, of course, he got a negative role, Prem Saab. And Upkar, he was playing the younger brother. Premnath was there in Shore, in Roti Kapda Aur Makaan, completely different.
Yeah.
Pran Saab was in Upkar, the image was changed. And then, of course, he was in Purab Aur Pachhim. He was known for breaking the cliche characteristics. Like Pran Saab, when he did Upkar, he was a villain that time. That is the time when he did Upkar.
He changed the trajectory of the actor. Any other people he was very close to, which we are not aware of?
When he was acting in his 70s. He was close to Mr. Sonlal Kanwar,
Okay.
who made Pehchan, Beiman,
Yeah.
Sannyasi.
Yeah.
And then there was one gentleman called Mr. Madan Molla,
Okay.
who made Das Namri.
Okay.
So these were his,
That was a fantastic role.
yes. So these,
What a stylish tapori that was.
yeah, Das Namri. Kamla, absolutely. So he has done Sannyasi type films, Pehchan, Das Namri, Sanya. So he's done every type of films. And to be very honest, entire film industry used to know, he was called Panditji. Everybody addressed him as Panditji, and he was the person who used to always direct. After some time, he has always been ghost writing for a lot of films when he was an actor also. He never, because he used to write, he used to go to Ranjit Studios and he used to get money for ghost writing also.
Like
In 60s.
which one?
I have no idea on that, but I've heard that.
You don't want to take away the credit of others.
No, but 60s he used to write scenes. He is directed on film when director's name was somebody else's name.
And which one was that?
I can't. It's not right for me to give that name, but
And that movie did very well.
very well.
And he was not in the movie also.
He was there in the movie.
He was there in the movie.
Yeah. So normally also when he became a director, but because you see he's so much involved. Maybe he'll charge you only for acting fees, but he'll do everything.
But we didn't hear this word called interference.
Never.
जब मनोज जी की बात होती थी, जैसे आजकल हम ये word
Like
बहुत
शत्रु
सुनते
जी
हैं,
ने बोला,
बहुत सुनते हैं.
शत्रु जी ने बोला कि he
हाँ.
never scolded me
हाँ.
even if I came late.
हाँ.
Hema ji did 4 films with him. Das Namri, Sannyasi,
Yeah.
Kranti, Santosh. Saira Banu said, Manoj Saab said, if you don't do this film, I will shelve Purab Aur Pachhim.
Yeah.
He was a very cool filmmaker. He never used to, I have never seen him getting angry on the set at all. Never. I must have gone for Purab Pachhim set at Mehboob Studio, that song, Bharat ka rehne wala hu, Bharat ki. That was erected at Mehboob Studio, that rotated. I was there. Sure, I have been so many days for shooting Roti Kapda, Kranti. I have never seen him losing his temper. Whether actor is not performing, whether production requirement by chance has not been completed. He's always been so.
Kranti was a very difficult film to shoot. So many people, so much of outdoors.
Kranti was a very difficult film to shoot, and Kranti's first cut was 5 hours.
Okay.
First पूरी पिक्चर 5 घंटे की बनी थी क्रांति.
And then?
फिर उनको काट के 3.25 घंटे. So that is all this passion of these people. Think on the set, make changes on the set, what is going to be shot. He knows, only he knew, nobody else knew. No chief AD, not, on the day of the set, chief AD comes to know what has to be done. This is just sign of genius, nothing else. He was a homeopathic doctor. He and Ashok Kumar Saab used to do this together. They used to discuss medicines and all that. And he has treated so many people from our industry free. He used to speak on the phone. Whoever's unwell used to call up Manoj Saab and say, "Ke mere ko dawai." He used to prescribe them till 4 or 5 years back.
Oh.
Yeah. See, homeopathy, as you know, just need to know the symptoms.
Yeah.
He was a doctor.
सेट पे भी कोई तबीयत किसी की डाउन हो गई तो
कभी भी कुछ भी अपनी पूड़ी रखते थे बस हो
Such a simple man and
simple man.
Such a great man.
Great man, and it's a loss. We are still in a state of shock, but it's a loss to the entire nation.
I think his Kranti also was.
Kranti was
that
super.
Movie.
Gumnaam was
My wife was
superb.
seeing it last night.
Yes. Gumnaam.
And हरियाली और रास्ता के गाने उसके फेवरेट हैं.
Yes. हिमालय की गोद में हरियाली और रास्ता, वो कौन थी, गुमनाम, दो बदन, आदमी with दिलीप साहब.
पत्थर के सनम.
पत्थर के सनम.
Your father and he were very close. I have another very interesting picture where They both are sitting with Manoj.
Yes, this picture is
Your father,
my father,
his father,
Manojji's father, and Manojji.
and he himself.
Partition happened in 47, and Manojji and my father, we all came to Delhi, and my father was, they were all in refugee camps in Delhi staying, and then my father got a job in Bombay in 1954, and he shifted to Bombay and he came. Then Manojji came to Bombay and he wanted to become a hero, and they all stayed together. And of course, 56, 57, Manojji had already started his journey, started doing films and started becoming a successful. And then Manojji directed Shaheed, or acted in Shaheed. He is the director of Shaheed.
Okay.
Sitaram Sharma is name.
Okay.
So after Shaheed, then as you know, on the premiere of Shaheed, our Honorable Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri ji told Manoj ji to make some film on the slogan given by him, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. And this was in the year 1965. Manoj ji sat in the train from Delhi to Bombay in Frontier Mail. And by the time he reached Bombay, he had the structure of Upkar film ready with him. And as those days, they were all staying with us together, Manoj ji and my father, Manoj ji's wife, and my mother. Then the film Upkar seed was born, and then journey has started.
But the Shaheed happened, then Upkar happened, and then he got, his whole thought process was to make films associated with the country's problems.
Completely. He has mentioned to me and somewhere else also that, he wanted to earn 3 lakh rupees for his family. 1 lakh for his mother, father, 1 lakh for himself, and 1 lakh for the brothers and sisters. He said, the day I get this 3 lakh rupees, I will do what I want to do then. I will not listen to anybody. After that day, when he has made a mark in the industry, a respect in the industry, then he did what his heart said. He made films like Shaheed, Upkar, Purab Aur Pachhim, Roti Kapda Aur Makaan, on issues which are universal in nature.
Which is your favorite film of Manoj Kumar?
I think my favorite films are 2 of Manoj Kumar. One is Upkar and one is Shore.
I was reading one of his interviews where he said Shore is his best film.
Achha.
According to him, he also rates it as number 1.
Yeah.
And incidentally, वही एक फिल्म है जहाँ उनका नाम
भारत नहीं था, शंकर नाम था उसमें. You see, भारत नाम वो वहाँ थे फिल्मों में जहाँ उनका एक भारत का एक इशू है. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बता दो, आप उसको ब्रेन ड्रेन बता दीजिए. जब पूरब पश्चिम था, जय जवान जय किसान का दी है. बट एक शोर, एक उपकार में, और शोर में ऐसा था कि एक इंडिविजुअल इंसान की स्ट्रगल है और इंडिविजुअल इंसान की कहानी है. सो दैट्स व्हाई ही केप्ट द नेम शंकर. And also somewhere he wanted to, I think, prove somewhere to everybody that not necessarily I can only work as a patriotic. I can also make a film on non-patriotic and a commercial film. The story of Shore is only to be said in 3 words. Father is dying to listen to son's voice, and when the son speaks, father becomes deaf. But the entire screenplay, if you see that film, all the characters in the film are amazing.
Thank you, Manish Saab.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this insightful conversation.
Thank
And it was lovely meeting you and knowing all about Manoj Kumar. But as he said that you should make more serials and more movies. In fact, start making movies.
Actually.
I think you should. You're just
His
taking a
blessing-
sabbatical. I don't know why.
His blessings are there.
Of course.
We will start. I'll start soon.
Thank you.